what would he be doing here? Who would he be staying with?
I have no idea. He'd probably be drinking. Like he always has.
Right, but every other time you ran away or you needed something, you were able to get a hold of him in the past. And if he's up here in West Virginia, right near where your boyfriend is, I mean, I find that kind of weird, no?
Well, we don't know.
I know, but don't you think it's kind of weird, Mom? Your mom?
No, I am his mom.
That's what I'm saying, your mom. No, we met your mom. That was... No, I understand that. Miss England, correct?
Right.
Okay. All right. I just find it kind of weird that if you saw Bob right down the block here less than a month ago, why is he in West Virginia? Within miles of you.
I don't know.
Does that make any sense to you?
We stopped
He
to
doesn't know he's here.
get gas.
You sure that?
Yeah.
But you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do, but I mean, people circulate. I mean, I don't, I don't know the name.
Right, but I'm trying to understand how you circulate from Hagerstown to just happen to be this town in West Virginia.
Right down here called Presses.
Presses?
Yeah,
Okay.
but and there's a gas station right beside it.
Okay. Was he driving? He got into a vehicle? Who was he with?
Walking, I think.
Walking?
So there was a truck and a car there, and I was staring, and I was seeing if he was getting into any of them, and he passed.
And he didn't see you?
No, we were driving by.
Alright, so you're saying he hasn't contacted you at all?
The last time...
That was out just so you know.
The last time he ever contacted me was back on MySpace, and that was right after I got out of Noise, and I never messaged him back, and he sent me message after message after message.
That was after you was bailed out? Yeah.
You still have a MySpace account?
I have it because I had the messages saved to it, but I don't
Can you get those messages printed out?
I have them printed out. They're with Corporal Optograph.
Who did you notify when you saw him?
I called Corporal Optograph.
And what did they say?
He called, what was his name? He was part of the U.S. Marshals, and then he called me. I had his number in my phone, but he called me, and him and this other guy came down and talked to me about him, and I told him what all he was wearing, where I seen him at, how long ago, and that's really all they had to ask me.
What picture here did he look like most when you seen him?
More like this.
The one.
This one.
Has he sent you any messages recently?
No. He had a fake MySpace account.
Under what name?
Stephanie Feldman.
Stephanie, what's the last name?
I know that name.
Feldman.
Stephanie. We heard Stephanie somewhere. Spell the last name?
Feldman.
And why did you do America's Most Wanted?
So that he couldn't be caught?
You believe that would help?
Yeah. That's what they told me.
Yeah.
That's what TFC Flory said.
Yeah, that'll help, all right. That'll help put him under the ground even more. So you definitely, all right.
Yeah, you can go.
You definitely have had no contact with him. And you don't think it's suspicious at all that he just happened to show up. How far is that gas station from here, Mom?
What is it?
The gas station where he saw him?
No, it's a little further than that. Maybe it's about 8 from here to Cumberland. So before. We stopped to get gas.
Right. Is that now still in West Virginia, or is that?
That's still in West Virginia.
It's still West Virginia.
You passed it on your way out.
Okay.
You see a little store.
Yes, ma'am. You may want to close it. There's a big ass bug crawling up to the top of the door.
And then brake, just you go too fast and you pass the gas station. Butted brakes against there. But I can say that she is with my son and us and her mom most of the time. So, I mean, I can say that.
I'm not debating that. I just finding it very hard to understand how within 4 miles of your home he has a reason to be up here.
Could he know somebody that knows somebody that
that's
knows
what we're
somebody?
thinking. Yeah.
I mean, that's possible.
But the name doesn't sound familiar to me. And, I mean, there's a shitload of people out here in West Virginia that, you know what I mean? I don't know if he knows somebody, you know, and if he knows somebody, most of the people are like, hush, hush.
He's been successful on the run for 2 years, though. You gotta understand that. He's not
Yeah.
stupid, you know?
Right.
Who would help him?
The only person that I know of that would possibly help him is his ex, Sabrina Hart. And
You don't think the 10-ton Teletubby would help him?
oh yeah, her too. Have you met her?
Yeah.
Met her. I've seen parts of her I don't ever want to see again.
Yeah.
Well, you lived there with her.
No, not with her, but ew.
You lived in her trailer.
Yeah, but she is so gross. She would shit herself because she was too lazy to go to the toilet.
Oh, wow.
That might have
And
been...
sit in it for hours and brag about it. She was disgusting.
All right, let me ask you some questions
Brag about it.
about her.
Yeah.
Okay? What was her relationship? I'm going to ask you some questions. Do you mind if do you want to speak to us privately, or is there anything that you don't want to say in front of them, maybe?
I don't know, it depends on what you ask.
Probably, yeah.
All right, can we talk to her for a minute? And then I definitely want to speak to Mom and the boyfriend, too. So if you could just give us maybe a few minutes with her, you know.
You want me to walk in?
Yeah, just for a minute.
Sure.
Yeah, give me a cigarette. And a lighter. Yeah, a lighter.
You don't need, I mean, you're 19 now?
Almost.
Almost. All right. You obviously met him when you were in the foster home,
Yeah.
correct? Okay. What was your relationship with him?
Well, at first, it started off, he would just, like, talk to me because the foster mom, she was old. Well,
Right.
she is old.
All right.
So, he would sit and talk to me.
Was she nice to you?
That's another story. Hold on. But, he would sit there and talk to me. And, of course, then it was a treatment foster care. I was going through withdrawals from alcohol, from drugs,
Right.
and everything. And back at home, me and my mom didn't have a good relationship at the time.
Your mom's still doing drugs?
My mom, no,
No?
my mom
She
don't do
drank?
drugs. No, her boyfriend drinks.
Oh, okay.
But obviously I didn't have a good relationship with him.
Right.
And so me and him talked, and he would get me drunk and all that good stuff. And at first it started off as, oh, he cared, he loved me, you know, because I didn't feel loved or wanted or anything at that time. And at first, we started having sex and everything, and then he just seemed like this nice guy. And so when I ran off with him, he became a whole different person. Became completely just, excuse my language, fucked. He just became completely fucked in the head. I mean,
What do you mean, like controlling and...
between controlling and just scary, just completely whacked out, to where, oh, the government's after me, da 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 da. I mean, he listens to Rush Limbaugh, he listened to Glenn Beck, all that kind of shit, and just became completely fucked. I'm like, oh my god.
Well,
What
why'd you
did I
stay there
do?
with him for over 5 months?
Because everyone told me stories about noise that I was so scared to go to noise, and I knew that's where I was going. I knew it. Like, people told me that people got, like, right there with hot curling irons, and I'm like, oh dear God, no. And they're like, oh, you're gonna be the only white girl there, so they're gonna fuck with you bad, and da 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 da.
Alright, so when did you talk to him last?
Back in 2009 when I was in noise. The last time I talked to him was when I found out I was pregnant, and I called him up. I was like, look, I'm pregnant. And he started freaking out. I'm like, thank God I'm not there, because
Who bought you a cell phone? Did he buy you a cell phone, or did Jenny buy you a cell phone?
he bought me a cell phone right after I got out of foster care.
Mom's got a little mixed up, I think.
Yeah, maybe. Alright.
Did he take you anywhere, like, frequently when you guys were together?
He took me to all kinds of places.
Like, where would he
trying to
take
find
you
me.
at the most? Like, with friends or what?
We would mostly go to Virginia. I think it's Virginia. Or West Virginia. Marlow, wherever that is. I don't know if that's in West Virginia or Virginia. But, and we would go to Walmart.
Walmart.
That's it? Just go to Walmart?
Alright, so look, what happened where you're living with him and all of a sudden these pictures got taken?
He told me he wanted pictures to show his friends. Michael Zimmer and Harold something or another. I can never remember his last name, but he's on the sex offenders list.
Harold is.
He lives down in Hagerstown?
Yeah.
Hagerstown Harold.
I don't know. They call him Country.
Okay. So you did these pictures, and then what happened?
Those pictures were from within 6 months. The whole 6 months that I was missing. So, kind of all scrambled in there.
Alright, so look, you agreed to do the pictures with him.
Not really. I had no choice. He told me that whenever he became completely fucked, he told me if I didn't sleep with him, I couldn't eat, couldn't shower, I couldn't have soap, couldn't have normal things that people needed on a day-to-day basis.
So why wouldn't you just leave there?
I don't know. Trust me. I think back now and I'm like, what the hell?
Right.
Life was so much easier to go through.
Was it that noisy? Was it that noisy?
I don't know if you guys are racist, so if not, excuse my language. I was in there with a bunch of niggers, like...